Good afternoon or evening, everybody. Today is July 27th, 2022. It is 5:17 p.m. This is LaPorte Redevelopment Commission. I'm calling a meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call. I myself, Brian Chalik, is present. Jenna Francisconi's present. J.T. McDermott's present. Betsy Parkinson is present. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Damon Gassaway is absent, along with our attorney, which that doesn't matter. So we have a quorum. Public comment. Any public comment? John's got something? No? Okay. Public comment is closed. Minutes, June 29th, 2022, regular meeting. Everybody get a chance to look at the minutes?
Yep.
Any questions, corrections, deletions?
I'll make
Anything?
a motion to approve the June 29th, 2022 regular meeting minutes.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Yes, I'll second.
A motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of passing the minutes for June 29th, 2022, state by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 4-0. Claims. A little small claim docket here. Not a lot of money. Everybody had a chance to look at it? Any questions about the claim docket? Or comments? Nothing?
Nope.
I'll make a motion to approve the 7/27/2022 claim docket.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Yes, I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor state by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Claims pass 4-0. Old business. I believe that's you, David. Nick, you gonna do it?
I'll give an update. Monroe Streetscape Design. Monroe Streetscape Design is going very well. It's progressing. We have kind of taken a look at all of the projects we have in the hopper and all of the upcoming construction this fall yet, especially Clear Lake Loop and Truesdale realignment. And we've kind of decided to push a lot of the construction that we were hoping to do this calendar year, probably into next calendar year for Monroe Streetscape. But the design is progressing well, and we'll just have a little extra time to fine-tune things. So we're still looking to do some small improvements in order to make sure that we're ready for the holidays and everything. But the larger project we're looking at, we want to get it right and make sure the consultants have enough time to do that, and also just there's a lot going on. So
Okay.
so it made more sense to kind of
So we pushed it till next year. Yeah.
slow it down just a little bit. If there are any issues with that.
I'd rather do it once and get it done right and wait.
I agree.
Yeah.
And we've been working with, a number of partners on this project, and one of them being the bid district. And, we're looking at this as kind of the start of a prototype of what the bid district could look like in the future. So I think by slowing it down, we might be able to, catch up on keeping in their timeline and making sure that we're not just doing a one-off project in our downtown, but making it cohesive with the rest of the future development. So,
Good. Good thinking. That probably goes right along with the parking study too, I suppose, huh?
yes, parking study is part of that. So
So that's all together.
it's all together. Yep.
Okay. Clear Lake Loop project update.
We are not slowing down on Clear Lake Loop project.
Good.
With the Healthcare Foundation grant, we want to make sure that we're spending funds this year. That's kind of one of the parts of the grant agreement. And then it was also included in the ARP funding. So it's to be determined. I know we had budgeted some redevelopment commission funds towards that project, but it was a smaller component compared to those other funding sources. So that project is on schedule for being advertised to contractors September 9th for an October 3rd award is what we're looking at. So we'd like to push it till after Arts in the Park and when activity kind of dies down in the park, but still gives us a couple good months of construction this fall, and then should have a lot of progress moving into next spring, and hopefully we can get most everything we need to get done kind of in that very end of this construction season and next, to not impact all the great activities going on at Fox Park.
Great.
That sounds good.
And the design looks very nice. So we've been reviewing regularly, and I'll try and get some renderings of what it looks like right now, but very, very pleased with the work so far.
And you
other
think the
questions?
contractors will be ready to work this fall still? They're not pushed back?
No, I've seen some capacity within the contractors lately, and I've kind of been talking to them, and it seems like, we were on this prices just continuing to increase, and we're starting to hopefully see that level out, not go back to where it was, but maybe it's leveling out too. So I think it's a good time. We're looking to phase this in a reasonable way that kind of locks in work for them fall and spring. I think as long as we can be flexible enough to not require all of it get done by, end of November or something like that, we should get some good pricing.
Okay.
That'll fill them out fall and spring when they're done doing anything.
Yeah, we had another project that they indicated they had capacity to do quite a bit on this fall. So it seems like it's the right timing.
Good. Any other questions? We'll move to new business, Holocker Bridge approval request. Mr. Nick Minnick.
So as part of the Clear Lake Loop project, Holocker is really kind of being left in its current form, except for on the ends. But as part of the Heart of LaPorte plan, we looked at opening up a section of Holocker in order to have East Pond connected back into Clear Lake. So we've kind of been working with our environmental consultants for a couple of years on that. The next step would be a study we've been working with VS on this one. They have very good connections to different folks within the bridge community. Their bridge department has done a lot of rehab of historic bridges. So we don't know exactly, what that end product bridge will be, but I am requesting Redevelopment Commission, and you have the funds and professional services, move forward with a contract for VS Engineering for a preliminary engineering report to kind of move that project forward.
And that's the 19,008,
19,008.
not to go exceed 19,008.
Correct.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the not to exceed $19,800 for the Holocker Bridge approval request.
Second?
I'll second.
A motion and a second. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor state by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 4-0, Nick. Thank you, Nick. Now we have one other little bit of business. Bert, your turn.
Yeah, good evening to the Redevelopment Commission. Bert Cook, Executive Director of the LaPorte Economic Advancement Partnership. Let me start by saying Attorney Hagenow isn't here tonight, as Brian mentioned. He had something else that came up, so Brian and I were able to chat this afternoon, and just wanted to let you know that we knew he wasn't going to be here, and we felt that we'd be able to get through the meeting without him. So I also provided, so it did make it on your agenda. We just received this yesterday. But I wanted to present it to you. So it's a letter of intent from a local developer. They're utilizing the organization name HRKDE. I don't know, that may change as they progress with their partnership. But the letter of intent is written that they would like to acquire 4 acres of property from the Redevelopment Commission. This is the property we call the Dietrich Steel property, so kind of across the street from Dunes Volleyball. From the Dunes Volleyball Center. So that's a larger parcel, but they'd like to acquire approximately 4 acres of that parcel. Have not specified exactly what piece that is, but I'll read directly from their letter of intent. If we're able to purchase this parcel, we intend to build a development that is a large family entertainment center focused on bringing multiple family-friendly experiences to the people of LaPorte. They go on in the rest of the letter, understanding that it's a property that the Redevelopment Commission has owned for a period of time, and that any project that will occur in that area is going to need to be designed in partnership with the RDC, and development plan would have to be in conjunction with the remediation plan, which is how you all have suggested we move forward on that property with other projects that have been interested in the past. So at this point, what I'd ask, I did provide a copy to Brian as the president of the RDC. I'd ask that we take it under advisement, maybe send it to the department heads at the city, to Attorney Hagenow, Nick Minnick, Craig Phillips, and let them review what's here on paper. And then potentially we can discuss this again at your next meeting, 30 days or so from now. And if it is something that you'd like to move forward with, there'll be just like any other project, a series of steps that will have to occur in order for that to move forward. But in my discussions with this company, I've been very impressed with the fact that they're taking their time. They have a really interesting plan that I think would be greatly beneficial to our community. It's a local name that we all know well and trust here in LaPorte, which is always helpful. And I think it's worth the RDC pursuing this project, giving them an opportunity to determine if this would be a viable project for this particular parcel. Happy to answer any questions that I can at this time, but again, details are, we're not at a place where I can give you square footages or investment numbers or anything like that yet, but that would develop as this moves forward.
How did they describe the use?
And I quote, large family entertainment center focused on bringing multiple family-friendly experiences to the people of LaPorte.
Do you know what that means? 'Cause
Yeah,
I mean, it's pretty broad.
I think you have to think, and I hate using brand names because then people assume it's that. It is not that, but I think you're in the genre of like Dave & Buster's or figures now I wouldn't remember. There's another fairly well-known brand in the area that does something similar.
Sow Island.
South
maybe.
Island, yeah. So something in that vein would be what they're talking about.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Need it.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you need from us?
I really don't think at this point we need
Need a
anything.
motion to even send it? No?
No, I don't think you need any motion. I've provided it to you all. If you find it acceptable, I'll send it to the department heads and we'll process it. And then before our next meeting, I'll be able to come back to you with kind of a plan, at least a plan for moving forward. I've prepped them on what a general process might look like. From a timing standpoint, they're completely fine with that. So I think that would be the next step.
I
You
like
said
that.
this was an LOI, so there's dollars attached to it?
It is a letter of intent, which, as we all know, it's non-binding. There are no dollars identified here. I think there's a lot that will go into what portion of the property they'd like, what state the property would be in when they were to acquire it. So those would all be details we'd want to obviously work out before we could move forward.
Okay. More to come.
That's what they do.
That's what they do.
That's what you guys do. That's what you get them big bucks for.
No problem.
I think we ought to move it forward.
All
Do you
right,
agree? Everybody
Yeah.
agree?
Uh-huh.
Maybe to the proper authorities to,
So I'll get it sent to all the department heads and then expect some sort of a report or response at your next meeting and we'll go from there.
It's exciting.
good. Thanks, Bert.
Thanks,
Yep.
Bert. Good work.
Okay, any other business that we have? Nobody? John, you got anything? Mr. Frankie? You're good? You're done? David? JT?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Do I have a second? I have a motion. How about a second?
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor, state by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 0. Passes 4-0. We are adjourned.